Leinster this weekend, and you were obviously involved in that first game out there in Dublin, and a few months on, you've been looking forward to possibly getting a bit of revenge, because it was quite a close result.
Yeah, it was a close result. I don't know if revenge is the word really. I think for us it was more, that was the first game in the Heineken Cup, and now obviously with this being our last game in the Heineken Cup of this season, it's going to be interesting to see how far we've come along since that day. We've learned lessons along the way in this competition, which we've shown in the Premiership as well, and it's an opportunity for us to test those things that we've worked hard on and learnt, and something we're really looking forward to in front of our home fans, to have the reigning champions coming here.
Where do you think you've improved since that first game in Dublin?
I think just little things, like technically we've picked up a couple of interesting facts from just playing. Even at the game at the weekend, we've picked up wee tips on how they finish things off, how clinical you've got to be at that level. It is a step up again from the Premiership, and you've got to just little small margins really for us, and it's something hopefully we can get right for this weekend.
If you look here at the scores and the scorelines, people might say, "Oh, might not all be well and good at Sandy Park," but is there a better kind of feeling in the camp than perhaps the scoreline suggests?
No, the camp's obviously feeling quite good. We learned lessons along the way. There's been a couple of mistakes in that game, and a couple of things don't go your way. A bounce of a ball here or there, and they were very clinical. Whenever they had the opportunity to score, they took it, and especially in the last 10-15 minutes, I think they've just got their bonus point try, and then they've brought on what you would class some international players at the peak of their form. But again, it's something we've learned from. There's a couple of wee things we can get right from that, and we'll learn from that experience.
As an Irishman, you'll obviously want to get one over on Leinster, won't you?
Obviously, it's nice whenever you come up against guys from your home country and all that, and obviously I don't get to see them very often, but when you get these opportunities, it's got to be a wee bit of niggle obviously in it. But for us, it's about the club and progressing with how we've done leading into this game, from where we started, like I said before, and how we've progressed till now.
You look back, and was you one of the players that was brought in by Pete Druitt from the Pirates, and you look at how the club has come up and how yourself has come up through the Championship and what have you, and this is the last game of this Heineken Cup campaign for this season, and how do you look back on where you've come from to where you've been, where you are now, as it were?
Yeah, it's been an incredible journey. I think whenever we all first arrived here, it was always the ambition was always to get to the next level. Whenever we got to the next level through the Championship, to win that, and then it was to get into an Amlin competition, obviously the Premiership as well, and then obviously to push on again to try and potentially get into the Europe's Premier competition, which we've done now. We've got one game left, as you said, in this season. We want to go out and obviously learn from that experience, but to show that we have learned throughout this whole campaign that we're going to be better for it, which is going to kick us on for the remainder of the season in the Premiership.
That's all I need. Thank you very much.
I'm going to say, with Leinster having to attack the game, does that perhaps create an opportunity for you tactically and in any other sense?
I'm sure that it's hard for us to know what way they're going to approach the game. I think obviously they do need to come away with the 5 points to put them in the best potential to qualify from the group. I think that maybe puts a wee bit of pressure on them, gives us maybe an opportunity to maybe put a bit more pressure on them as well. But I think we've got a set way we want to play this game, and if we can work to a way to put a wee bit extra pressure on them, maybe they might try to do things that may be out of the ordinary. But again, that's going to be a great test for us to see if we can carry out what we were talking about doing.
Yeah, if it becomes a tight game, the onus could come on yourself, couldn't it, come on the end of the game?
Yeah, obviously, but that's neither here nor there really. That's the end of the game, and we just want to try and get the first part of it right, and then we'll see what happens come closer to the end. But it's going to be a tough game no matter what way we look at it, and it's something we're really looking forward to.